Hey guys, welcome back to Play on Pantry. I was thinking that today would be a good day to continue with the next video in the series I've been doing. If you are new here, I've been doing a series of my favorite YouTube channels in certain categories. I want to say first that if you hear pounding in the background or you see people, I'm doing the best I can. My house is under construction on the outside, and this has been a project a year in the making since a really bad windstorm precipitated by a nearby tornado that didn't luckily hit us a year ago. Just now, work is starting today. So this is my reality for the next few weeks. But I decided that today would be a good day to do this video. But moving on, so far I have done my favorite homestead channels, my favorite canning or food preservation channels, and my favorite gardening channels. And you can go back in my videos and find those if you're interested. Today I thought I would address my favorite cooking channels. And I don't watch a lot of cooking channels. I think I have 8 today. Just wanted to remind you of a few things that have become kind of necessary in this process. One, my favorites may not be your favorites, and that's okay. Different people like different things. And also, when I do something in a category, it is what I watch that channel for. So some of these channels may not necessarily be a cooking channel, but they have videos where they're cooking, and that's what I watch of theirs. I don't necessarily watch all their videos. So I just want to put that out there. And also remind you to please leave in the comments below your favorites. If I don't address it and you think maybe it's one I haven't heard of, I don't watch real TV, so I'm always looking for more YouTube channels for when I'm doing mindless things, but I don't want to be bored. All right, so moving on with our cooking channels. And this, by the way, this is probably the most eclectic list I have done so far. There are big channels, there are small channels, there are cooking from scratch channels, there are convenience cooking channels, there are just like the whole gamut of types of cooking going on in this. And I am a cook who does both. I do as much as I can from scratch, but I've got no hate for people that have to use convenience foods, and some combination of those taste good. And even though I will oftentimes alter some of those recipes to suit my home cooking thing, I also have very busy nights where I would rather make a home cooked meal with convenience items than go through a drive-through. So there's that. No hating here for that, okay? So starting, by the way, these are in no particular order as far as favorites or anything. These just, as they came to me, I wrote them down. So starting off, one of my favorite cooking channels is not actually a cooking channel, like I just said, Becoming a Farm Girl. Becoming a Farm Girl, she has so much personality. I love watching her, and she is technically probably like a city homesteader channel. She has some gardening and some food preservation videos and things, but she also has a lot of videos using pantry staples, stocking the pantry, budget shopping, like money saving tips, food prep, especially breakfast. She works full-time. I believe she's a school administrator. So she preps things to make her day easier. And if you live in the city and want to garden but don't have much space, she would be a good channel for you because she does a lot on like just her porch at her house. But I love her cooking videos. I love her like meal in a jar, breakfast, whatever. I tend to watch most of those. I watch a lot of her things that aren't cooking too, but those are my favorite videos of hers. So Becoming a Farm Girl, if you do not know who she is, check her channel out because she's just fun. She's just fun to watch. Another channel I like for cooking is She's in Her Apron. Now, Kimmy over at She's in Her Apron lives in, I believe, Utah, and she does a lot of freezer meals, crock pot meals, and a lot of videos with like sales cycles and stock ups, how to stock a pantry long-term on a budget. I would actually call her channel, in a way, kind of a prepping channel because she does, it's mostly food related, but she does a lot with having a grocery store in your house and how to do that on a budget, to have food on hand for whenever you want to make something, it's there, or also in case something happens. So she is also fun to watch, and I love her channel. A small channel I love is Louisiana Cooking and Living. Now, Katie over at Louisiana Cooking and Living is kind of an online friend of mine. We're in a Facebook group together, and I have really come to enjoy her videos. She made one in the last few months about Memphis Twinkies. And I had never heard of this. It was her take on Texas Twinkies, which I had also never heard of. And I have been waiting and waiting. They're stuffed jalapeno poppers. And I have been waiting for my jalapenos to come ripe, and I have been eating these. They're so good. So she does a lot of both like traditional Louisiana cooking type things, but also regular cooking as well. Now, she is probably a little more of a homesteader. She's got some gardening videos. She has some canning videos, but most of her content is cooking, and I've tried several of her recipes, and I have never been disappointed. So I like Katie over at Louisiana Cooking and Living. 1, 2, 3. A fourth one. I like Cosmopolitan Cornbread. I participated in a collaboration with her in March Canning Madness, and she is technically a homestead channel as well. She has a lot with her garden and also some food preservation, but most, I would say, at least more than half of her videos are cooking related. And I really enjoy seeing the things she makes, from homemade bread and challah to just like different chicken dishes or crock pot things. She just does, she's very from scratch, and it just always looks so good. Okay, a little bit different route here. Another channel I like to watch is Simply Mama Cooks. And I prefer her. I started watching her when I was looking up some Mexican food videos. I used to live in Southern California. It had great Mexican food. I live in East Tennessee. It does not have great Mexican food, or at least not what I'm used to, not what I prefer for Mexican food. And so when there were a few more traditional things I was looking for how to make on my own, I found her channel. And she has some non-Mexican food recipes too. But I really love what she has done on her channel. I love the food I've tried has always been good. So she is another one of my favorite channels. Another one I like, again, is not completely a cooking channel. It's not a cooking channel at all, actually, is Frugal Fit Mom. Frugal Fit Mom is, most of her content has more to do with actually saving money than cooking. And she does a lot of like money saving tips, how to cut costs, stuff like that, not just in the food realm, but with a lot of things. But what I watch her for, she will do like cheap meals or freezer clean out or meals on a budget, or with a certain like dollar, with a certain money amount attached to it, you know, like $5 dinners, stuff like that. So I really enjoy her for the cooking videos. And she is just, personality wise, she is one of those down to earth people that we just need more of. So Frugal Fit Mom. Another channel I like, so this one is someone who uses a lot of convenience food. Jessica O'Donoghue, fairly new to me. I've been watching her less than a year, and she and her husband are young. She has some travel content, stuff like that, but mostly I watch her food videos, and she is the kind that will put things together that I look at and I'm like, that actually looks really good. And I've made several recipes of hers. Different personality than what I normally watch, but fun. She glows. She has a smile that just makes you kind of smile. And she makes good food. And last but not least, this channel is actually very new to me. I discovered it within the last month, and I am hooked. And this is Cooking with Dave. He actually originally, I think, called his channel The AI Kitchen, but no one knew what that was about. And apparently, according to one of his videos I watched recently, he looks up stuff with like artificial intelligence and then follows the directions that AI gives him for things. He has been doing a lot of keto recipes lately, mostly because he gets a lot more hits. He's trying to grow his audience. He's a medium-sized channel. And if he's getting more views on keto recipes, well, that's what he's going to make to get more views. So he is entertaining. He is a little bit like self-depreciating, and the stuff he makes, I'm like, oh, that actually looks good. Whereas previously I've heard of some of these things or watched them and been like, I don't think so. And he also has like an honest review of the things he tries, which I always appreciate. So those are 8 channels I enjoy watching. I hope that you found a new one to go check out. And I hope that you leave me a comment if you absolutely love a certain cooking channel. Leave it for me in the comments for me to check out. Again, these are my personal favorites. They're not all the cooking channels I watch, but again, I don't watch a ton of cooking channels. I watch more like homestead gardening stuff. But because, I mean, I'm a cookbook author, I do still like cooking channels, and I do a lot of cooking on my own channel. So I actually do enjoy watching one every now and then. Thank you for spending your time with me here today, and I hope you have a great week. See you guys on the next video.